as we know, having a solid business strategy is like having a roadmap that guides you towards your goals. It's really the foundation that empowers you to make confident decisions and to navigate the complex terrain of entrepreneurship. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, this episode is for you. You are listening to That Big CEO Energy, where we talk all things business, life, marriage, and push you to a new edge of discovering what that big CEO energy means for you. Listen, I understand that we have barriers that we carry from when we were once employees, and those have impacted us as we continue to build our businesses. I'm here to walk alongside you and give you encouragement through interviews with friends and other women in business who have broken down those barriers and paved their own way. Tune in with me as we uncover some of the unconscious things that we do that keep us from building that big CEO energy we've always dreamed about. Let's dive in. Before we dive into the step-by-step process, I want to talk about mindset. I say it over and over and over that your mindset is crucial when you are operating a business, and it really is true. Crafting a business strategy isn't just about crunching numbers and setting these goals. It's really about aligning your inner beliefs and values with your business aspirations. We've talked about values, we've talked about our mission statement, but mindset work is so crucial. It involves shedding self-limiting beliefs, cultivating resilience, and embracing the mindset of a CEO. It's about believing in your ability to lead and make strategic decisions. Listen, in a world of business, success is not just about the strategies that you employ. It's about the mental framework that you bring to the table. Mindset work isn't just this trending catchphrase that we have. It's the cornerstone upon which every successful strategy is built. First and foremost, shedding self-limiting beliefs is essential. We often carry around invisible baggage that tells us we're not good enough, capable enough, or that success is reserved for others. These beliefs are like chains holding us back from reaching our true potential. Imagine your self-limiting beliefs as heavy weights tied to your ankles. They make progress slow and cumbersome. Mindset work involves identifying and dismantling these weights, freeing you to move forward with confidence. In the ever-changing landscape of entrepreneurship, I truly think that resilience is a superpower. It's literally about bouncing back from setbacks, adapting to challenges, and really thriving in the face of adversity. Cultivating resilience through mindset work means embracing failures as an opportunity for growth, right? It means viewing challenges as stepping stones towards success rather than roadblocks. A strong mindset helps you navigate the highs and lows of business ownership with grace and determination. Now, let's talk about embracing the mindset of a CEO. It's not just about the title, right? It's about embodying the qualities of a leader who confidently steers the ship towards its destination. To adopt this CEO mindset that I'm talking about, you must first recognize your worth and value as a decision maker. This means making choices that align with your business's long-term vision, even when they require stepping out of your comfort zone. It is really, really easy to get comfortable. It is really, really easy, everyone, to just do what you've always been doing, right? Because it's the thing that you know. But I'm telling you that if you believe in your ability to lead and make strategic decisions, that is paramount. When you trust yourself, guess what? Others will too. Your confidence becomes this magnet that attracts opportunities, partnerships, and growth. always remember that a strong mindset is the driving force behind every successful strategy. You cannot have a successful strategy without having a strong mindset. Your mindset shapes your approach to challenges, your openness to new ideas, and really your ability to persevere when things get tough, when shit starts to go the wrong way. Imagine your business strategy is a vehicle, okay? It needs a powerful engine to move forward, right? Have you ever truly thought about how many parts and pieces are in an engine that make it all move together? Have you ever thought about how really fascinating an engine of a vehicle is and how powerful it truly is? An engine is your mindset. It's a positive and resilient mindset that propels you forward, really enabling you to turn obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into comebacks. As you craft your clear business strategy, I want you to dedicate time to nurturing your mindset. Challenge your self-limiting beliefs, right? Build your resilience and embrace the CEO mindset with unwavering confidence. Your mindset will be the compass that guides you through uncharted waters. And let me tell you that entrepreneurship is uncharted waters every single day of your life. There is not one day that I don't wake up and I go, oh, yeah, today was the same as yesterday. It's just not ever going to be the case in entrepreneurship. You are taking every day betting on yourself. And you are helping yourself create a business that not only survives, but it thrives. And I know we just talked about defining your vision and mission, so I'll link the episode in the show notes below. But honestly, right, it all starts with a crystal clear vision and mission. That is the foundation of your business. That is the foundation of who you are. So you have to figure out, what is the big picture? What impact do you want to make? And then your vision and mission will serve as your North Star, really guiding your decisions and your actions. And I've also talked about performing a SWOT analysis, and I'll link that episode below as well. But identifying, right, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. And conducting this introspective analysis really helps you understand your business's current state, right? What truly is happening right now? And then you go in and identify the areas for improvement so that you can set SMART goals. And again, I do believe that the episode for SWOT analysis and SMART goals are in the same link. So check that out in the show notes before. But SMART goals, right? I think we all know what they are, but I'll reiterate it again. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So when you start to pave your goals, when you start to think about what are the goals of my business, what are the goals for me in my business, these goals should really align with going back to your vision and addressing the insights from your SWOT analysis. They'll truly give you a clear roadmap to measure progress. And then once you've done all of that work, you can then determine the key strategies to achieve your goals. These are those high-level plans that outline how you'll overcome challenges, seize opportunities, and really align with what your mission is. Identifying key strategies is really where you'll take this big picture vision, right, and break it down into these actionable steps. And these strategies will serve as kind of the guiding principles that align your goals with the tangible actions that you need to take. Imagine that you're an architect designing a magnificent building, right? When you think about an architect, he has to have a strategy, right? And sometimes the strategies include sturdy beams and a solid foundation to make sure that your structure stands tall and withstands the test of time. And that's what we're trying to do when we do this key work, the fundamental work in your business. So let's talk about how to identify these crucial strategies for your business. And really, it's aligning your vision and goals, right? Your strategy should be in perfect alignment with your overarching vision and goals. So you need to ask yourself, how does each strategy contribute to the realization of my vision? How does it propel me towards my defined goals? And when you accept and understand what your vision is, you then can move in to creating your SWOT analysis and focusing on high impact areas. Not all strategies are created equal, right? And not all strategies that you have today will also be the strategies that you have in year 2, year 3, year 4, and so on and so forth. But prioritizing high impact areas will also drive significant results. So this is why I tell people that year after year, you have to keep coming back to what it is that you're doing. You have to keep coming back to your vision and mission and saying, am I aligned? Is this still true about my business? Is this still a fundamental piece that I need to be having within myself and within my business? And if then, right, if that is true, then you move into creating your SWOT analysis yet again. I tell people to do this SWOT analysis yearly. To do it when you are setting your quarterly goals, right? When you are connecting with your team, when you're connecting with yourself, make sure that you are setting goals that align with where you are driving to and creating strategies that are also created equal. But stay mindful of industry trends and changes. Your strategy should align with sort of the evolving landscape of your field. So this is where you can go in and do, comparable analysis and really understand kind of who your market is, what is happening in your market, what are the things that are currently trending for the landscape of your business. But I don't want you to get so sucked into what is she doing? I should do that too. Right? Because it's really easy to fall into this comparison type of thing where you start to look at other people and you go, I'm doing my business all wrong. It is not that you are doing your business all wrong. It is that you have an opportunity to look and see what is trending, what is happening outside of the things that you are doing. But you might find that you are already doing something that is comparable to what they're already doing. And maybe you just need to enhance it, right? Maybe that just needs to become something standalone that you need to offer. And you can try it. I think that it is really amazing as an entrepreneur that you get to try different things. And if it fails, if it falls flat on its face, maybe it's not meant to come out yet, right? Maybe that was a premature thing, and that's okay. That also doesn't mean that you just leave it to the wayside and never come back to it. I would say that you try and try it again, rework it a little bit and see where it takes you and then decide. But you have to have a strategy when you're doing that. You have to also understand what your specific industry is asking from you. And adaptability is really the key to ensure that your efforts remain relevant. Picture each strategy as a puzzle piece, fitting snugly into the larger picture of your business. So when you identify key strategies that harmonize with each other, you create a synergy that propels your business forward. It's like a symphony of actions working in a concert to achieve your vision. Break down your strategy into actionable steps. And this is where the magic happens, right? You're turning your strategies into tangible tasks. Again, assign responsibilities and deadlines to ensure accountability. I will always preach to you to put dates and times on your calendar, even if you don't have a team, to get connected with your strategies, to get aligned with what it is that you're doing and make sure that you are meeting your needs, right? That you are getting connected with, are you getting what you need from your business? Is your business getting what it needs from you? But creating this action plan is really your bridge between envisioning your success and achieving it. Crafting an effective action plan goes a little bit like this. You're going to break down the strategies into smaller steps. Start by breaking down each key strategy into smaller actionable steps. Think of these steps as the building blocks that will help you reach your goals. The smaller and more specific these steps are, the easier it becomes to track progress. But within that, you have to set clear responsibilities. Assign responsibilities for each step. Who is going to be in charge of executing each action, right? Is it you? Is it your OBM? Is it your virtual COO? Is it your VA? Who is going to be in charge of executing this? Because then this assures accountability and it really prevents tasks from falling through the cracks. When you set clear responsibilities, you also have to define what that deadline is. Listen, time is this valuable resource that sometimes we just don't have enough of. And the time that we do have, we have to make it count. And so we have to set clear deadlines for each action step. And this adds a sense of urgency, but also it ensures that the tasks are completed within a reasonable time frame. When I say reasonable, I want you to hear me. If you are a leader of a team, I'm going to say this lovingly. They can do everything urgent tomorrow. You can't do everything urgent tomorrow. Tomorrow is fleeting. What can you get done today? What can you get done this week? Realistically, right? I think sometimes when we are leaders and we have contractors or employees, we get really, really used to them being able to churn and burn and deliver quickly. But when you are setting a goal, when you are creating a strategy, when you are sort of breaking down these responsibilities, I want this to be methodical, because when you are intentional about what it is that you need to get done, at each phase of a milestone that needs to be checked in on. And if you're not spending enough time checking in on the progress, then what happens is you get to the end result sometimes, and it all looks a little bit messy. And you don't have any specific time frame that you can come back and say, okay, what are the lessons learned here? Because it's all just a big blur. It's all just one big task that ran together. Your team was trying to do it overnight to satisfy you and your urgency. And so I'm lovingly going to tell you, be realistic, honestly. And I would almost say, create more time than less time to get something done. If it gets done beforehand, great. If it gets done right on the time frame that you had anticipated and strategically crafted, also great. But when we decide to create everything as a sense of urgency, we don't really get to understand the lessons that are happening while things are being played out. So yes, clear deadlines for each action step, but it's with a reasonable time frame. And then when we establish the milestones, we need to make them check marks that are marking progress, right? These milestones help you assess whether or not you're on track and allow for course correction if needed. There have been plenty of times that I have started a project and I have said, okay, in 3 months, I'm going to check in on this. And at 3 months, it doesn't align with what my mission and vision is. Somehow, some way, it has gotten off track. And I need to say, okay, progress has been, slightly off to the left here. Why? But also, what do I need to do to get it back on track? Or do I want to get it on track? Because my soul might not be in it anymore. But when you think of your action plan as this well choreographed dance, right? Think of like the choreography of salsa. It is fast paced. It is slow paced. It is really intentional. Each step and the participant has a role to play, but they move in this harmonious way to really achieve this beautiful dance. And so what are the steps in the choreography of your strategy plan that you need to put in action so that it becomes this flowing, harmonious transition? It's the synergy, right, that transformed these strategies from abstract concepts to tangible achievements. When you have synergy, you are aligned. Remember, while your action plan is a structured roadmap, flexibility is key. Just as you'd adjust your route based on unexpected roadblocks during your driving journey, be prepared to adapt your action plan if circumstances change. Creating an action plan is sort of like painting this masterpiece. You do it one stroke at a time, but with each completed step, you're inching closer to the realization of your business goals. And so sometimes when you're painting your masterpiece, you start to feel a little bit different. You start to lean in to one of the beautiful colors that you have created. And it starts to look a little bit different, but it starts to look a little bit better. Lean into that. Plan your budget and allocate your resources wisely, right? Your budget should really align with your goals and strategies also, ensuring that you're making the most of your financial resources. It is really, really easy to pour every single penny into a launch. It is really, really easy to pour every single penny into business coaching. But if your budget and resource allocation truly are the gears that keep your business strategy in motion, it's really about optimizing your available resources to achieve the best possible outcomes. If you are pouring your money into things that are not aligned with your vision and mission, you're literally wasting money. You're wasting time and you're wasting resources for something else. Think of your budget as the fuel that powers your strategy's engine, right? It is the gas that you're putting in your car, and resource allocation as the strategic distribution of that fuel. So let's break down the process here of really effectively managing your budget and allocating your resources, because I think this is an important component that we often don't talk about. We talk about all the big stuff, right? You need to have strategy. You need to have your mission and vision. You need to have your tasks, but nobody really talks about this financial landscape that we need to get a hold of. Really, the fundamental activity is to start by assessing your financial situation. What's your available budget, right? What are your income streams? How much can you allocate to support the implementation of your strategies that you want to do? Because not all strategies are created equal in terms of resource requirements, right? We need to prioritize the strategies that align with our budget and have the potential for high impact. But focus on your resources where they'll generate the best returns. It's really easy to get sucked into doing all the things and wanting everything to be out in the world tomorrow. And just like the time component, right? Just like creating the to-do list that comes out of this strategy or the big thing that you want to do, we also have to allocate our resources judiciously. That means distributing funds, time, and manpower to different strategies based on the need. Avoid overcommitting to one area and neglecting the others. But There's also a monitoring that needs to take place. And when you monitor your resource allocation regularly, that means that you're keeping an eye on how your resources are being used and their impact on your strategies. But be prepared to make adjustments as needed. So when you are in the thick of it, there also needs to be a financial component to make sure that you are not exasperating your manpower on this one thing and letting other things suffer. It is, you are getting really, really aligned. And I know not everybody is a CPA, but I have a client that said it best. She said, your budget and your money is not a math problem. It's a head problem. And so most of the time we can think through a budget. It is honestly, we put so much emphasis on it being way scarier than it actually is. And so when we take time to think of a budget and resource allocation as like this conductor's baton in an orchestra, right? It orchestrates the harmonies of the resources and it ensures that each note contributes to the overall symphony of the success. So that means that when you are hitting a note, you need to make sure that that note is being allocated properly. And when you take the first step, it can really be intimidating. But remember, every journey begins with a single step. So here's your call to action. Define your vision and mission. Take some time to reflect on what truly drives you and how your business aligns with your values. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, really remember that you are not alone. Reach out. Reach out to mentors, coaches, or a supportive community to help you on this journey. And if you don't have someone supporting you, please send me a message. I am happy to be your cheerleader. Truly. But crafting a clear business strategy is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and empowerment. It is literally everything about being a CEO of your own success story. Remember, with the right mindset and strategic planning, you have the power to create a business that thrives. I really want to make sure that everyone understands that creating a successful story means that we can show up with the right mindset. It is not scary to put a strategy in place. It is only scary if you are out there with no strategy and no plan in place. That's where businesses fail. That's where, as a CEO, you cannot give a clear answer on what your business does. And so if you are looking to create a clear answer, I hope that this episode was helpful for you. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you heard something that helped you, I would love it if you would leave a review and share it with your friends. This helps more people just like you become inspired to move the needle of their big CEO energy into a positive direction. If you would like to learn more about how I can help you streamline and position your business for growth or lead your business as a CEO, feel free to jump into the show notes with all of the links to find me. And don't forget to head over to Instagram so we can be pals.